Evening, how are we? Hope we're doing well. So this week has gone to absolute pot. I said I'd be in the workshop, Wednesday, Thursday. That didn't go to plan at all. So it's now Saturday, and I finally managed to get out here. Work went bonkers for me this week and I just didn't get out here. So, just show where we're up to. Still loosely put together at the minute, but that top bit you can see now has got that rib around the top. To do that rib around the top only took me about 10 minutes, which is what we're going to do tonight. We're going to do the other one. It's not, it's only loosely placed in on the top of there. It's not permanent just as yet, but you can see, you might have saw that little short video I put on that I was taking it out of the pickle and giving it a wipe over. You can see where the solders run everywhere, and I've taken all the tabs off so to make sure it fits in the frames okay, which it does, and it still fits on there. It's not gone warped itself out of shape, which is also good. So tonight we're just going to nip over this one. Remember, this one's got those 3 pieces in there. I'm pleased to report that the solder didn't get in those 2 tabs, which is good, because then that still fits onto that one, which I'll just show you quickly. It says it does fit, I promise, because I've had it fitted before. There we are. So that's what it's going to look like when it's finished, and then that obviously goes in the middle of that drag beam or drag box, as it were. But before I put that on, I need to do the surround to that lower plate. Then that can go in, because those side pieces fit up against there. You can see how they're shorter there for that side piece to go on. So we'll get cracking with this next bit. I'm against the clock because I've not got much charge in my phone, so I'm going to try and get this filmed in one sitting, this bit. I'm just going to give it a rub with some emery paper, flux it all up, and then we'll get on to cooking it and getting that run done. Keep tuned in. Right, we're all fluxed up, ready to go. All the solders in the right place. Just warming it all up. Bubble off that liquid out of this flux. I can start getting it warmed up properly now. I'm going to start at one end and work my way along. I've propped it up on a couple of bits of steel at the back. Just, I don't know, I think because I did the last one and it was already propped up on the 2 centre pieces, it kind of seemed to go off really quick and really well, so I propped this up in a similar sort of fashion. Get a good bit of colour in it now. That end's done. Start tracing it along the bottom now. Trying to angle flame this way, and it's kind of pre-warming the plate as it goes along. I'm sorry if the torch is getting in the way, but I kind of have to. There's no real easy way to film it. Doing this last bit now. That's it done. So if I can get the camera in the right angle, if I can zoom in on it. Now look, you can see it's all run where it needs to be. It's not warped the plate in any way, so we'll get that straight off into pickle now. Another job done. So there we are. How quick was that? What, it took about 10 minutes, as I say, to solder up that last bit. And it'll turn out like that one did, which I'm really pleased with. So my next job in this extras build part is to do the surround to that. So the two sides, these two ends, and then that one that's already sticking up, that I've already placed in there. So I've got to take all that off the bottom first, do those surrounds. Then that bit that fits in here can fit in, and that the top part of that is done then, and then I can turn my attention to the underside and getting those two bends on the end of there. So that's the next plan of attack for this. That I've already checked inside the frames, that already fits, so I'm happy with that. So yeah, hopefully it won't be as long. I'm going to leave that one in pickle till probably this time tomorrow. Take it out and give it a bit of a clean. You'll see in that short video as well that I did yesterday, I think it was, how easy it cleans off. That was only an old towel, and just give it a rub and that's it. I've not emeryed it or anything. That's how it comes out, so it's very clean. And that's just white vinegar I get from well, I got my latest lot off Amazon. I got 10 litres of it, but I normally get it from the local butcher's. He does big tubs of it for only about £4 I think it is, or £5. It's not a lot, so pour it into that cheap plastic tub from B&M or wherever it was, the Range or whatever. Pour it into that. It's a perfect little pickling tub. I did get asked a question as well about my little hearth that I use. Two fire bricks, one at the back, one on that is laid on, and then two ends. They are literally, I bought them from Wilko's before Wilko's shut down and then got took over by the Range. I bought them from there for about, I think they were about £4 or £5 each. And I just put it on a piece, there's a piece of OSB board that's got a block screwed to it. I trap it in the vise and plonk those on top. I've only ever once had the fire bricks that hot that it scorched the OSB board underneath. So, and I can't remember what that was that I got it that hot for. But I know that the silver soldering job I was doing was going on for that long that fire brick got really, really hot, and the OSB board started to smoulder a little bit. It didn't set on fire, there wasn't that much heat transfer. Very easy, quick little hearth that you can make for yourself, you know. And when I don't use it, I put the fire bricks, stack them up under the bench, and then as and when I need it, just pull them out, lay the fire bricks how I want them, depending on the size of the job. So when I did that longitudinal stretcher, that one, when I did the because it's long, I just laid the back one and the bottom one side by side and just put the two ends to kind of deflect the heat back in on itself. and that's it, job done, easy as that. So well worth if you haven't got anything at home to do in silver soldering jobs. It's going to cost you what, 20 quid. The OSB boards are only an offcut for, I think it was for doing in here, so it's like 12mm OSB, you know. If you haven't got an offcut of it at home, just ask, you know, put a plea out on Facebook, anyone got an old bit, you know, in your local to where you live for them. I'm sure someone's doing some sort of renovation job that they'll have a bit somewhere for you, and you can just turn a vice into a workbench, you know, and you can use it as a hearth. Spot on, easy job. Yeah, so hopefully not as long for the next video, and we can get all this, start getting all this together. As I say, when I do that one, I'm going to have to get some more silver solder. So in fact, I best order that now, and while I remember. But yeah, happy days, all looking good. See you on the next one. Thank you for tuning in. Like, subscribe, share, and all that jazz. See you soon.